Hello and welcome back to the channel with another vinyl collection update. This time we're going to feature a different type of, a wide selection of vinyls that I obtained over the week, last week. They all arrived on Friday. I had a listen, a few of them. The thing with my collection though is that I know all of them before I buy them. I specialize. My collection is focused around albums from the past. I rarely buy new stuff unless I really enjoy it. I usually buy albums from the 80s, 90s, or early 2000s. These are the albums that I enjoy the most, and they form the vast majority of my collection. But if you watched my other videos, you might have noticed that I enjoy good music, good board games, and good whiskeys. Right. Something that I want to show you before we kick things off with the vinyls. If you're into whiskeys, I just cracked this bottle open, as you can see. I bought it at the auction last month or 2 months ago. It was stuck in my cupboard, in my cabinet, and I think I forgot about this. I was looking for something new to drink on a Sunday evening to finish the week, and I found this one. I said, hang on a minute, I thought about that one. And guys, I'm telling you, this one is Glen Scotia Victoriana. This is a no-age statement, but it ticks all the right boxes. It's non-chill filtered, it's natural color, and it's cask strength 54.2%. And what a whiskey it is. Absolutely beautiful. Full of vanilla, gentle flavors, finished with fantastic peat smoke right there in the finish at the end. And if you add a little bit of water into it, it opens up it releases even more vanilla flavors and this fantastic smoke right there at the end. It's not as powerful as your Islay whiskies, of course. This is the Campbelltown type of whiskey. So if you're into Springbank, for example, you will find a lot of familiar flavors in this one. Anyways, Glen Scotia Victoriana. Highly recommend that one to accompany your time with fantastic music. I just have just a little bit of Victoriana in my whiskey glass right there. I'll be sipping that on the side. So this is a mix of different vinyls that I wanted to show you. They all arrived from different vendors. Right there on Friday, I think it was Friday or Thursday, that I received the very last LPs that I bought. So without any further ado, Christ Agony, Moonlight, Act 3. If you watched my previous videos, you might have noticed me talking a lot about Christ Agony. I'm a huge fan of their accomplishments. Christ Agony is a Polish black metal band going back all the way to the 90s with a combination of slower, more atmospheric black metal, but they know how to kick things off with a good tempo and aggressive drums. But Moonlight Act 3 is my second favorite album from Christ Agony. I think I have another 2 or 3 albums in my collection. So Christ Agony, Moonlight. I think this one is just a standard black vinyl. Yeah, it is, as you can see in there. I won't be even taking it out. I will spare you the details. You know what, guys, with vinyls, I'm a huge fan of the sound that you get from the vinyl. And I'm not that interested in having first presses or special limited editions. If I can get my hands on a special edition, then yeah, by all means, but I'm not going to extra length to obtain them. So majority of my vinyls are just plain black releases, which I'm really happy with. So Christ Agony, another fantastic addition to my black metal collection. Another classic that I really, really like is Immortal with Damned in Black. I really like that album. I think it's my second favorite, same as this one, with Unholy Union being the most the best album from Christ Agony for me. With Immortal, I liked their debut. What's it called? Diabolical something, Full Moon Mysticism, something like that. Their debut. Many people say it's too raw and too simplistic, but I really, really like the atmosphere they created on their debut album. This one, Damned in Black, is another album of theirs that I really like. This is the later release. This is a repress, I think, 2017. I don't think it's the original date of their release. Not sure about that. Of course, Osmos Productions. And this one, I was just saying that I don't care too much about the way they are released, but this one is on a nice, clear, pinkish vinyl. Absolutely fantastic album from Immortal, and I heard the other day that they're coming up with a new release in October. I think it is October or November. Without Abaf. Abaf is no longer with Immortal. He's doing his own thing, and he was replaced by... Who was he replaced by? I don't know. Anyways, Immortal, Damned in Black. Great album. So that was my black metal expansion of collection. Now let's stick to atmospheric metal, symphonic metal, or as I call it, Winter Sun metal, because nobody else plays like Winter Sun. And Yari's team, they create something spectacular. I liked their debut, and when they released Time, I was blown away. I still need to grab it on vinyl. Every time I find it on vinyl, somebody buys it before me, and I still have to keep hunting for that. But I went out and bought the Forest Seasons from Winter Sun. This is their latest release. 2 years ago? No, 5 years ago. Wow, really? Wow, 2017. So Yari, come on, release something new. Winter Sun, they all based around seasons of the year, with spring, summer, autumn, and winter, obviously. Their most famous is the Loneless? I thought it was called Loneliness. All right. Interesting. Anyways, the whole album, 2 LP release. Again, I think it's on a plain black vinyl, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So nothing extraordinary. Let me just quickly double check if we have any promo codes in here. We might have. I haven't looked. We have a poster in there, but no promo codes. So Winter Sun, Forest Seasons, absolutely fantastic, atmospheric, melancholic, emotional. Death metal? No, I wouldn't call it death metal. Symphonic metal, Winter Sun metal. Fantastic album. Highly, highly recommend that one. Okay, and now for something completely different. Something that will chew you, swallow you, and spit you out. Napalm Death. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you? Utopia Banished. This one and Harmony Corruption are my favorite Napalm Death records to date. I enjoy majority of them. I don't like a few of them. I can't remember the names. I couldn't be bothered. But what I'm bothered about is Utopia Banished. I remember when I bought this at release, when it was released in 92. And it just blew my mind. Look at the picture. These guys were what, 20-ish, 20 something. When you look at them now in the late 40s, early 50s, still doing their thing, you have to respect Barney and all other guys from Napalm Death who are still performing Legendary label Earache. Yeah, so many memories. I think I bought the Harmony Corruption as well, and Scum, Enslavement to Obliteration, the other one that I have, and one more somewhere in my collection, I think. But this one is my all-time favorite from Napalm Death, Utopia Banished. Again, black vinyl. No, it's not black vinyl, it's a grey one. There you go. Forgot about that. Okay, there you go. Go and check them out if you haven't heard Utopia Banished. Very nice, heavy, and album that will just spit you up, kick you, swallow you and spit you up. And now let's change the style completely. I mean, you just go from one extreme to another. It's something that was released, I think, way too early for its time. It was visionary, it was revolutionary, and it was not fitting in the time period it was released at. And this is Prong, Back to Differ. Back to Differ again from Prong is my favorite Prongs album. They released many more, but this one, ever since I've heard it, when was this released? Let's have a look. 1990. Wow, 1990. Woohoo! So that one is very old, and this is something different, something that you did not hear other bands doing back in the day. And as a matter of fact, you don't have that many bands that, you know, followed Prong's path, really. An extraordinary album, a unique one, groovy, catchy, with a lot of riffs. You just headbang from the very first seconds of the album to the very last. Fantastic album. I really enjoy listening to it from time to time. This one is, again, on a nice blue, I think. It's bluish, swirly release. Epic records, I suppose. Fantastic stuff. Prong, Back to Differ. Right. What else do we have? We have two more. Another one that I really enjoyed back in the day is Propane, Foul Taste of Freedom. This is a remastered edition that I managed to obtain. It's an orange vinyl with 2 bonus tracks and liner notes. This one, again, Propane, I think they're still active. They released many albums over the years. They go all the way back to, well, 80s, 90s, I suppose. But this one, Foul Taste of Freedom, is the one that takes the cake for me. Fantastic stuff. Hardcore, catchy, melodic, completely different to the stuff that I just showed you. But, you know, it's a blast from the past. It goes all the way back. I have a lot of memories related with that. I wish I had seen them live. I've never seen them live. Maybe they're still performing. Oh, this is a release with a CD. I didn't even know that. There's a CD in here with that. There's no promo code, unfortunately. So Propane. If you don't know Propane, especially Foul Taste of Freedom, you have to go and check them out. And I bet you'll just, you know, fall in love with tracks like, you know, Foul Taste of Freedom, Death on the Dance Floor, Pound for Pound, Stench of Piss. Where's the Stench of Piss? The Stench of Piss, for example. Johnny Black, Lesson Learned. I mean, every track here is a killer, with groovy, catchy riffs and fantastic lyrics. This is the type of an album that you keep spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning again. So I'm sure if you haven't heard Propane, Foul Taste of Freedom, and if you give them a chance, you will not leave them alone for a long time. Right, and the very last one that arrived on Friday, something that I'm really happy about. I think it's a re-release, remastered edition it is. This one is more obscure. This one is carbonized. The harmonization, this harmonization, this is their second or third release, the full album release. The one before, For Security, was more grindy and like early Swedish death metal mixed with grind. I need to get a copy of that on vinyl because I absolutely adore that album. But this one is also fantastic. But this was released, I would say, 10 to 15 years too early for its time. Misunderstood, not appreciated. But ever since I bought it back in the day, you know, like a grayish. When I bought it back in the day, I fell in love with it, and as soon as I saw a remastered edition, 2021, by Vic Records, Manic Records, I have no idea who these guys are. This is the photo of the band. So what is it? If you've never heard Carbonized from Sweden, this album especially is a mix of early Swedish death metal, jazz, yeah, grindcore. What else? Yeah, I think it's a mixture of these three, and when you give them a listen, especially the opening track, the Frozen Landscapes, but not only that one, the others, they just follow what Frozen Landscapes prepares you for. Like I said, an experimental avant-garde combination of grindcore, death metal, jazz, and everything in between, really. So yeah, I highly encourage you to go and check these guys out, especially this album, this harmonization, and also the previous one called For Security, which is entirely different than this one. The For Security is a pure grind death metal of early years of the genre. So there you are. This is that's it. This was the final LP that arrived last week, and which I wanted to show you. They all complement my vinyl collection greatly. I'm really happy about these because they all fall into different categories. Black metal, grindcore, experimental, thrashy, progressive music like Prong, for example. We had Propane, of course, which is more like hardcore. We had this carbonized disharmonization, you know, so all sorts of different corners are covered here, and I'm really happy about the additions to my collection. I hope you enjoyed these as much as I have. If you came across bands that you did not know, go and check them out. Support the artists, at least these that are still active. Buy their music, and let me know what you think about them in the comment section below. Maybe there are some other bands that you'd like to recommend in these genres. I'll be more than happy to go through your lists and you know, find something that I haven't seen before or haven't heard before. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next vinyl collection update shortly. Bye bye.